That's all right. I came back.
Why? What happened? Did something happen?
No, nothing happened.
You didn't smash the car again, did you?
I said nothing happened. Didn't you hear me?
Don't you feel well?
I'm tired to the death, Linda. I couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it.
Where were you all day? You look terrible.
I got as far as a little above Yonkers, and I stopped for a cup of coffee. Maybe it was the coffee.
What?
Well, all of a sudden, I kept going off onto the shoulder, you know?
Oh, maybe it's the steering again. Angela never did know the Studebaker.
No, it's me. It's me. All of a sudden, I realize I'm going 60 miles an hour, and I can't remember driving the last 5 minutes. I can't seem to keep my mind to it.
Oh, maybe it's her glasses. You never did go for those new glasses.
Nah, I see everything. I came back nearly 10 miles an hour from Yonkers. It took me nearly 4 hours.
Well, you've just got to rest, dear. You can't continue this way.
I just got back from Florida.
But you didn't rest your mind, dear. Your mind is overactive. It's the mind that counts.
I'll start out in the morning. Maybe I'll feel better in the morning. You know, these goddamn arch supports, they're killing me.
Oh, take an aspirin. Should I get you one? It'll soothe you.
No, I was driving along, you understand, and I was fine. I was even observing the scenery. You can imagine me observing scenery on the road every week of my life, but it's so beautiful up there, Linda. The trees are so thick and the sun is warm. I opened up the windshield and just let the warm air bathe over me. And then all of a sudden I realized I'm going off the edge of the road. I tell you, I completely forgot I was driving. If I'd have gone the other way over the white line, I might have killed somebody. So I went on again, and well, 5 minutes later, I'm dreaming again. I tell you, I have such thoughts. I have such strange thoughts.
Willie, talk to them again. There's no reason why you can't work in New York.
They don't need me in New York. I'm the New England man. I'm vital in New England.
But you're 60 years old. They can't expect you to keep on traveling each week.
I'll have to go to Portland tomorrow. I'm supposed to see Brown and Morris in the morning to show the line. God damn it, I could sell them.
Why don't you go down to the place tomorrow and tell Howard you've simply got to work in New York? You're too accommodating, dear.
If old man Wagner was still around, I'd be in charge of New York by now. That man was a prince. He was a masterful man. But that boy of his, that Howard, he don't appreciate it. When I went north the first time, the Wagner Company didn't know where New England was.
Why don't you tell those things to Howard then?
I will. I definitely will. Oh, is there any cheese in the house?
I'll go make you a sandwich.
No. Take a break. I'll be up right away. Are the boys in?
They're sleeping. Happy took Biff on a date tonight.
Is that so?
Oh, it was so thrilling seeing them shaving together one after the other in the bathroom. And you notice the whole house smells of shaving lotion.
Figured out you work a lifetime to pay off a house. You finally own it, and there's nobody to live in it.
Well, dear, life's a casting off. It's always been.
Some people accomplish something. Did Biff say anything after I went this morning?
You shouldn't have criticized him, especially as he got off the train. You mustn't lose.
When the hell did I lose my temper? I simply asked him if he was making any money. Is that a criticism?
But dear, how could he make any money?
There's such an undercurrent in him. He became a moody man. Did he apologize after I left this morning?
He was crestfallen, Willie. I think once he finds himself, then you'll both be happier, not fight anymore.
How can he find himself on a farm? Is that a life, huh? A farmhand? In the beginning, when he was young, I thought, well, it's good for a young man to tramp around, take a lot of different jobs, but it's been more than 10 years now, Linda, and he has yet to make $35 a week.
He's finding himself.
Not finding himself at the age of 34 is a disgrace. Trouble is, he's lazy, goddammit! Biff is a lazy bum!
They're sleeping. Go get something to eat. Go on down now.
Why did he come home? I would like to know what brought him home.
I don't know. I think he's lost, Willie. I think he's very lost.
Biff Loman is lost. In the greatest country in the world. The young man with such personal attractiveness and such a hard worker. That's one thing about Biff. He's not lazy.
Never.
I'll see him in the morning. I'll have a nice talk with him. I'll get him a job selling. He could be big in no time. God, do you remember the way they used to follow him around in high school? When he smiled at one of them, their faces lit up. When he walked down the street.
Willie? I got a new kind of American-type cheese today. It's whipped.
Why'd you get American when I like Swiss?
Well, I thought you'd like a change.
I don't want a change. I want Swiss cheese.
Well, I thought
Why am I always being contradicted?
I thought it'd be a nice surprise.
Why don't you open a window in here, for God's sake?
They're all open, dear.
The way they boxed us in here. Bricks and windows. Windows and bricks.
We should have bought the land next door.
The street is lined with cars. There's not a breath of fresh air in the neighborhood. The grass don't grow anymore. You can't raise a carrot in the backyard. They should have had a law against apartment houses. You remember those two beautiful elm trees? When Biff and I hung the swing between them?
Yeah, like being a million miles from the city.
They should have arrested the builder for cutting those down. You know, they massacred the neighborhood. Linda, more and more I think of those days. This time of year it was lilac and wisteria, and the peonies would come out, the daffodils. What fragrance in this room?
Well, people had to move somewhere.
There's more people now.
No, I don't think there's more
There's
people.
more people. That's what's ruining this country. Population is getting out of control. The competition is maddening. Smell the stink from that apartment house. And another one on the other side. How can they whip cheese?
Go now and try some, and be quiet, you.
You're not worried about me, are you, sweetheart?
What's the matter? Listen.
You've got too much on the ball to worry about.
Because you're my foundation and my support, Linda.
Just try to relax, dear. You make mountains out of molehills, you.
Nah, I won't fight with him anymore. If he wants to go back to Texas, let him
He'll
go.
find his way.
Sure, certain men just don't get started till later in life, like Thomas Edison, I think, or B. of Goodrich. One of them was deaf. I'll put my money on Biff.
And Willie, if it's warm Sunday, we'll have a drive in the countryside and we'll take lunch and open the windshields.
The windshields don't open on the new car.
But you opened them today.
Me, I didn't. Isn't that peculiar?
What, dear?
That is the most remarkable.
What, Willie?
I was thinking of the Chevy, 1928, when we had that red Chevy. That funny, I could have sworn I was driving that Chevy today.
Oh, that's nothing. Something must have reminded you.
Remarkable. Remember those days, huh? The way Biff used to Simonize that car? The dealer refused to believe that there was 80,000 miles on it. Close your eyes, I'll be up right away.
Jesus. Well, maybe he smashed up the car again.
Be careful on the stairs, dear. The cheese is on the middle shelf.
He's gonna get his license taken away if he keeps that up. I'm getting nervous about him, you know, Biff? How's it going? No, I've driven with him. And he sees all right. He doesn't keep his mind on it, you know? I drove into the city with him last week. He stops at the green light, it turns red, and then he goes.
Maybe he's colorblind.
Well, my pa's got the finest eye for color in the business, you know that.
I'm going to sleep.
You're not so sour and Dad, are you, Biff?
He's all right, I guess.
Yes, sir. 80,000 on 82,000.
You smoking?
Well, what?
I can never sleep when I smell it.
What a Simonizing job.
You know, it's funny. I mean, us sleeping here, the old beds, the amount of talk that went through these two beds, huh? Our
Yeah.
whole lives.
A lot of dreams and plans.
About 500 women would want to know what's in this room.
You remember that big Betsy something? What the hell was her name? Over on Bushwick Avenue?
One with the collie dog?
That's the one. I got you in there, remember?
That was my first time. I think. Oh boy, that was a pig. You taught me everything I know about women. Don't you forget that.
I bet you forgot how bashful you used to be, especially with the girls.
Oh, I still am.
Oh, go on.
Well, I just control it. You know, I think I got less bashful when you got more so. I mean, what happened?
cashier, there's a twisted mockery on his face. I can't get near him.
He just wants you to make good. That's all. Look, I wanted to talk to you about Dad for a long time now. Something's happening. He's talking to himself.
Yeah, I noticed that this morning, but he always mumbled.
But not so noticeable. Got so embarrassing, I sent him to Florida. You know something? Most of the time he's talking to you.
What'd you say about me?
I can't really make it out, I mean.
Oh, what'd you say about me?
I think the fact that you're not settled. You're still kind of up in the air. Maybe it.
Now, there's one or two things suppressing him happening.
Yeah? What do you mean?
Nothing, just don't lay it all on me.
But I think if you just got started. I mean, is there really any future for you out there?
I'll tell you, Hap. I don't know what the future is. I don't know what I'm supposed to want.
What do you mean?
Well, I spent 6 or 7 years after high school trying to work myself up. Right? Shipping clerk, sales, business of one kind of another. And it's a measly man of existence. To get on that subway on the hot mornings, to devote your whole life to buying or selling or making phone calls, to suffer 50 weeks of the year for the sake of a 2-week vacation, when all you really desire is to be outdoors with your shirt off. And always having to get ahead of the next fella. And still, that's how you build a future.
Were you really happy out there? Are you content on the farm?
Hap, I've had 20 or 30 different kinds of jobs since I left home before the war. And it's always turned out the same. I just realized it lately. In Nebraska, when I herded cattle, and the Dakotas, and Arizona, and now in Texas. That's why I came home now, I guess, to see, because this farm I work on, it's spring there now, you see. They got about 15 new colts. There's nothing more inspiring or beautiful than the sight of a mare and a new colt. And it's cool there now, you see. Texas is cool now, and it's spring. And whenever spring comes to where I am, I suddenly get this feeling. My God, I'm not getting anywhere. What am I doing $28 a week playing with horses? I'm 34 years old. I'd be making my future. And that's when I come running home. And finally I get here, and I don't know what to do with myself. I've always made a point of not wasting my life, Hap. But whenever I come back here, I know all I've done is waste my life.
You're a poet. Know that? You're a real idealist.
No, I'm mixed up very bad. Maybe I ought to get married. Maybe I ought to get stuck into something. Maybe that's my trouble. I'm not in business, I'm not married, I'm like a boy. Are you content, Hank? You're a success, aren't you? Are you content?
Well, hell no.
Well, why? You're making money, aren't you?
Well, all I can do is wait for the merchandise manager to die. And suppose I get to be merchandise manager. He's a good friend of mine. You know, he just built a terrific estate up on Long Island. Lived there for a couple of months and then he sold it. Now he's building another one. You just can't enjoy it when it's finished. And I know that's just what I would do.